Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, and peace be with you, brothers and sisters of humanity. I hope all's well. Um, so, the last couple of days, everybody's talking about one of the sidekicks of this Jimmy Donaldson, the founder of Mr. Beast, with 145 million subscribers, with many other different channels that have millions of subscribers, decided that, guess what? I have been a woman all along, and decided to transition, divorcing his wife, or I guess they're in the process of getting a divorce. And of course, many people are ecstatic for him as these things kind of go, and many are against it. This is just such a tragedy, such a tragedy. What are people thinking when they do this kind of thing? I've always known men are the most selfish creatures of the creation. Men are more selfish than women, obviously, and even probably a lot more creatures. That's why we do what we do to each other, always wars and intimidation and taking advantage of one another and all that. It's all the doings of men. That doesn't mean we don't love you. We love you, but men are selfish. But anyway, so the stories you always hear, the most famous people that transition, I don't know where they're transitioning to, because they sure as hell are not transitioning or going to womanhood. That's for sure. I guess they'll be stuck in transition. Like, what are they thinking? There's this, I guess, person very well known. I don't know this person, Rachel Levine, and the most famous of them all, Caitlyn Jenner. So anyway, people who do this kind of thing, this young man, I mean, look at him. Look at him. Look at this beautiful family. What are these people thinking? I mean, subhanallah, God made you a man. Your gender has been chosen for you. It doesn't matter what you think of it or how you see it. It's been decided, and there's nothing you can do to change that. The only thing you're doing is destroying the people that love you. Imagine the pain and the suffering you're causing the people that love you, the people you build a life together, the people that build a life with you, the commitments you made. You're just going to follow your desires, your worldly desires. I mean, how long are we in this world? What, the average lives about 8 years? And possibly we're the most energetic for what? Till we're about 60. The last 20 years are waning years. And when we are no longer here, it will feel like a blink of an eye. Imagine human beings wanting everything and anything they want right there and then. I mean, what makes us different from animals is our critical thinking, taking everything into account. The people that love us, the people we love, the memories that we've made, the fact that we will not be here forever. We're only here as such a short period of time. We were supposed to be sacrificing for the people that love us and the people we love. That should help us as human beings if we're thinking, unless we're very sick mentally. We should be able to weigh the pros and the cons. And we should always choose decency, respect, and honor, keeping our word, keeping our promises, sacrificing our worldly desires for the people we love, the people who trusted us with their lives. Like this young man, he has a child, he has a son. How could you decide that you're just not going to be his father anymore? He already has a mother. He doesn't need a mother, he needs a father. What he needs is a father. You took that away from him. How could you? And to say something like, I've decided to show up for him as my best self. You think your child's going to appreciate his father becoming or trying to become something that he will never be, a woman? Even if you could have become a woman, you should have never even attempt to make that crossing. Maybe it's something you should have thought about before you got married. And if you were a woman, you would have known that you were far before you got married. Once you're married and you have obligations and you're, a father, a husband, a man, you stick with the manhood, with your manhood. Forget about your worldly desires. Your desires don't mean anything when you're supposed to be actually living for others. Yes, I said that. Living for others, which is something a lot of the people who are doing this are missing. Like this so-called Caitlyn Jenner, which is now becoming the darling of the right. She gets a lot of interviews by the conservatives. Like, oh, we have one of our own. One of the most selfish human beings ever lived. God made him a man, gave him height, good looks, a triathlete, gave him marriages, children. And then after all these years, what does he say to God? Oh, you made a mistake. You have made a mistake and you have wronged me all these years. God has bestowed so much blessings. And what does he say to his creator? You messed up. Subhanallah, all these men seeking something they'll never attain, the unattainable, womanhood, because you have been chosen to be a man. It's been decided. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no turning back the clock. This Tyson's wife, this poor woman, will not even have the opportunity to grieve her marriage, her husband, the father of her child. Why? Because we are living in a world where, oops, oh, congratulations. Anybody can become what they want to become, especially if a man wants to become a woman, which never mind that he will never, ever be a woman. How is that not aiding and abetting people to their self-destruction? We're aiding and abetting people to destroy themselves and their families, our communities. I truly feel sad for her. Just imagine that. I mean, I'm sure she even will have to sometime, she might even blame herself. What have you done to deserve to drive him into womanhood? It's like, when a husband takes another wife in some of the Islamic cultures, for example, she better act like everything's okay. Don't grieve your husband. It's okay. It's his privilege. God gave him this privilege and honor to marry another woman. Who are you to say anything about it? People will look at you as selfish women. And I'm sure a lot of these women are going through the same thing. Selfish women. How could you even object to his happiness? What about her happiness? The world is just going upside down. Really sad. Oh my God. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you. Till next time.